996 Porsche Turbo. Or is it Porsche Turbo? I don't know. Let's get it going in the comments below. Someone put in Porsche, someone put in Porsche, and just click like, and we'll see which gets more likes. Is it Porsche or Porsche? Anyways, this is a 2004 Turbo. Came stock with a 415 horsepower engine, twin turbo, and very fast for its time. Came in Tiptronic or stick. I wish I had stick. This one's tip, but still love it all the same. Now, I did some mods on this car. The modifications I did was an exhaust. So the exhaust adds maybe 60 horsepower. It goes to 200 cell cats. The place I got the exhaust from, which they go to single pipe instead of the double. But I got a 3.0, no muffler on it. And it was so loud, it was like a cup car. The sound would bounce off of shopping centers when you're going down the road. It would just bounce back at me. It was just silly loud. So luckily they had an exchange program. I sent those back and I got 2.5s with a bit of a muffler on it, still with the 200 cells. So it sounds very Porsche or Porsche-like, but louder. So I think it's nice. It gives a nice growl, gives some nice, when you downshift, some nice sound. And then on the wheels, put some the Vorsteiners. I think it gives a nice look. Those are 19s. I also have some 20 deep dish, which are about as deep as like a dollar bill, but going the long way. That's how deep they are. I'll post a video when I put those wheels back on. And then when I did the exhaust, I also had it chipped, and that's why I was showing you the EVOMs is the chip right there. And that boosted it also. So I think all in all, with the exhaust and with the chip, we probably went up about 120, 130 horsepower. That front bumper is the Tech Art spoiler. And in the back, as many of you who own these cars, you know that automatic lifting and going down brakes. And I think it was, I don't know, $1,200 bucks, $2,000 to repair, $2,500. So I actually just had it permanently put up with an aftermarket spoiler, because guess what? That's where you're going to want it all the time. Now, one thing to tell you about this engine, and one of the reasons why I did the engine upgrade, is when I got this car, you all hear about when I first got it, a friend of mine said, oh, you got to spend like $3-4 grand to get this thing with a new IBS. So the bearings that go. So I was all a panic, and then I realized, no, this is a turbo. It didn't get that problem, which affects almost half of them because it was one of the manufacturers or suppliers. They had 2 suppliers on that. So if you have a 4S or a Carrera, yeah, you might be faced with that problem. But I'm driving along one day, and guess what? A $3 hose came off and spilt my coolant everywhere. So I'm like, no, I'll just have to get a new hose. No, you have to drop the engine to fix it. So believe it or not, Porsche wanted $20,000 to fix it. So then I found a Porsche shop, and they wanted about $11,000. And then I found a guy in San Diego. I'm in California, so in San Diego, and he wanted $4,000 to drop it and put it in. That bill quickly climbed to about $7, because while we had the engine out, I'm like, let's just change all the hoses. This is an opportunity. So $10, $15, $20, $4. It adds up when you change all your hoses. But that engine is brand new now with only 60,000 miles. So all hoses got changed, but I'm getting the car back 7 grand later, the exact way it was when I left it there. So I said, let's chip it. So he gave me a deal on that chip, and now the car drives completely different. When I first got it back, I had a street bike beside me, so I pinned it right before he did, to be quite honest. He didn't know I wanted to race. I pinned it, and then all of a sudden I could hear, behind me, the whining of a bike, hitting his wah, wah, his different gears, and he never caught me. And that's when I realized this thing is just bitchin' fast. So, on the interior, old school, right? With the white gauges. I added little touches. I put that red on there. And then I got the carbon fiber package that cost me 3,000 pennies because I did it myself. 3,000 pennies, that's 30 bucks. So on the back of the seat, which is known to scrape if you got this model, because either you have full leather in the back or you get the plastic that marks up so easily. You touch it with a nail and it marks up. So I put carbon fiber and it looks legit. That's just a vinyl wrap, people. That's why it cost me 3,000 pennies, 30 bucks in my time. Yeah, I spent about 2 hours, 3 hours doing it on each seat. But carbon fiber gives a nice look, inexpensive upgrade. And I did that, I want to say 8 years ago. So 8 years ago, and it's still holding up great. And I had kids back then, and they could hit this vinyl all they wanted to. It wouldn't scrape it like that rubbery plastic they put back there. But as they say in the world of Porsche, right now, this is the least expensive one you can get. Not turbo, mind you, but a 996. Some people don't like the fried egg look of the lights. I don't mind it on a turbo because it dips down right here. I like the dip into the bumper. I think that gives it lots of style. And there's only so many of these. So I think the market at some point will jump on these. Not yet, so grab yours while you can. And if you do those simple mods, like the Ecom's chip and flash, electronic flash, and just do the exhaust, this thing is sitting at about 540 horsepower, all-wheel drive. It rips. Okay, what do you say we do some drive-bys, listen to that exhaust so you can see how that exhaust sounds, and take her down some nice roads here. So the 996 Turbo Porsche, just click below what you think it should be. It's an awesome car, bang for the buck, can't be beat. Simple mod that you can do, obviously, is going to be the doing the chip, flashing it. E-bombs is what I did. Changing your exhaust, that's going to cost you about $2 grand. There's lots out there. I would stick to the 2.5 to 2 3/4 inch But ultimately, you can't go wrong. And the prices have bottomed out. They're only going to go up from here, is what I would have to say. When you hit that turbo, if you can hear this, I don't know if the video does it justice. It just sucks up all the air around you. Anybody standing close to the car will pass out because there'll be no oxygen. The Porsche's greedy, it takes it all. But those turbos are awesome. The boost went from like a 0.7 to now like a 1.2 boost. So you can imagine, it's almost doubled the boost by doing the chip. So awesome power plant. Hopefully you don't have the hose problem that I had. Otherwise, get it knurled. But can't go wrong. It's a car it's well built, it's robust. It doesn't have all the crazy electronics that the newer ones have, but you know, no PDK. But the Tiptronic's all right. I can change my steering wheel for paddles if I want to. That might be next on the project list, and I'll post a video if I do so. But great car, can't go wrong. And again, 415 horsepower is gonna be plenty for most, but for me, I boosted it up to just shy of 550, I'd like to say. So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. Let us know if you think it's Porsche or Porsche. Let's put an end to this debate once and for all. And whatever the highest likes are for either Porsche or Porsche, that's the term I'm going to start using from this point onward. But yeah, tune in for more cool videos. There's one of my E55 and my FJ40 and just, you know, fun stuff, fun hobby stuff, mountain biking, all that. All right, well, happy trails. And if you get a 996, I think you are going to love it, as I do. And I'm not selling this thing ever. This is a keeper. All right. Take care.